Well, fingers crossed, third time lucky. We no face at all 2 days ago. Sound out of sync for the first of the two matches yesterday. Never change your hard. That's the lesson you should take from all this. Never ever change your hard drive, and certainly never ever ever have a reason to have to reinstall Bandicam because some irresponsible people might not have written down the settings they were using before and are kind of figuring it out and playing trial and error. I think I've mastered it though. I've done a trial run of this and it worked. If for whatever reason today's video is not perfect, I mean, like technically, obviously it's still going to be poor tactical decisions and all that. But if it's not perfect, I don't know. Let's blame YouTube in that circumstance. Hello and welcome to Season 13, Part 4 of Non-Meter Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we're at home against Blackburn and then away against Cristiano Ronaldo's Sheffield Wednesday. Although, I mean, there's every possibility that he won't still be their manager then, because they're languishing down in the bottom half of the league and he's under pressure. So we have had him sacked before. At Leyton Orient, he got sacked 4 or 5 days after we stuffed them. And then, of course, he fell into a better job at Blackburn and then fell into an even better job at Sheffield Wednesday. So we might actually cause the sacking of Ronaldo once more, and then presumably he'll get himself a Premier League job and we'll have to go and catch him up again, because that seems to be how these things work with my nemesis. Since you were last with me, things have been going rather well. We had that defeat in the last episode where all the sound was off. Apologies again. But once the sound recovered for the second of the two matches, we recovered as well. And since then, we've not lost a league game. We did get smashed by Wolves in the EFL Cup, but nobody cares. We played the reserves anyway. And 4 straight league wins, a very respectable draw away against West Ham. And it's all thanks to being back, doing what we know how to do. We've got the 4-3-1-2. Yes, we only have one good striker. Stuart Ingram's not good enough. But the rest of the team plays so well in this arrangement that what are you going to do? We'll try and sign a striker in January. Lee Hartley is reinventing himself as a box-to-box midfielder. He's played there a few times over the last couple of seasons. We've had to accept the fact that he's never going to be first choice in this attacking midfielder role. Francisco is brilliant. Rowdy King is also probably too good for us and can't get in the team. So Hartley's going to play there, and he's going to play a lot because I like him, because he's Lee Hartley, he's my hero, and etc, etc. He's unsettled as well. I've promised him more first team football, which is why he's in the team today. And some Portuguese fella who's not quite as handsome as I am seems to be interested in signing him, probably just to get under my skin, because that's what Ronaldo does. So, the team for today's game, we've got Thompson in goal, a back four of Connolly, Pask, Jordan and Davidson. We're actually playing our 2, 3, 4 and 5 as a back four. I don't think I've ever done that before, certainly since squad numbering's existed. Those of you who are younger than 30. Squad numbering, when Championship Manager was out years ago, pretty sure we didn't have it. Did we? I don't think we did. In midfield, it's Hartley, Smith and Mantum, and Juan Francisco is in behind Dixon and Ingram. Let's go and win a football match, hopefully. Blackburn, of course, Ronaldo's old club. So it's going to be another one of those episodes where I talk a lot about Cristiano Ronaldo, and some of you go, haha, this is awesome. And some of you go, will you shut up about Cristiano Ronaldo, Kev? Nobody cares. It's getting a bit old now. Well, I don't let things drop. So unless he gets fired again and gradually falls out of football, or becomes my assistant manager, or whoa, that's a goal and a half, that I'm just never going to stop talking about him. I will constantly try and sign Messi as my assistant manager or director of football or something, which I've tried several times now, and that'll just that'll be the final nail in the coffin of Ronaldo's managerial career. That's just a good goal. Thompson, nowhere near it. A little bit worried that he didn't really dive. We've got 3 very good goalkeepers at the club now. So Thompson, by no means guaranteed first team football. He's probably played less than half our games this season. We've got him back in today. But I don't know. I'm starting to think we should probably stop preparing Liverpool's future England goalkeeper, like we have been for the last 4 seasons across 2 different clubs, and start building for our own future. Because I doubt surely at some point we're not going to have Kevin Thompson in goal. We found this summer what happens when you rely too much on lone players, he says, with Tom Dixon as our only decent striker and Smith in midfield for the third season in a row. But not being able to get your Nicky back this summer caused the first, 8-9 games of the season to be a complete shambles where we didn't know what tactic to play because we didn't have enough good strikers. Because last year, our only two strikers were both lone players. So we've got to learn from that. But it's not happening at the moment. And it's part of the price we pay for having no money. We had a £200,000 transfer budget in the summer compared to West Ham, where we played in the last match, who paid £20 million for one player in the Championship. This is why we've got to supplement our team with loans. And we're not playing very well today. After all this talk of going back to the 4-3-1-2 and how it's awesome and how we're playing well again, we've just been a bit ordinary today. Dixon picks a ball up very deep, and I can understand why that's what he's done, because I wouldn't have confidence passing to Stuart Ingram. I'm still not entirely happy with the way we're set up at the moment. We need a new striker. I'll try again and get your Nicky back at Christmas. The reason we couldn't get him in the summer is because his Polish team presumably decided they wanted to try and get him into the first team. I hope that didn't work out and we can bring him in. I mean, this is what did we make it to 30 seconds after I said let's stop relying on loan players? I'm now trying to solve our problem by bringing another loan player in. Francisco picks a ball up deep, finds Ingram, out to Connolly, to Hartley, Mantum. This is more like it. Ingram, Mantum loses the ball. Jordan can't intercept. Oh, I don't know if I like Jordan and Pask as a centre-back partnership. They're both getting on a bit. They're both pretty slow. And they do get caught a little bit flat sometimes, like they were there. Thompson comes in to collect from the Blackburn cross. As things stand, we've fallen out of the playoff spots again after what had been a surge up the table to recover some league position. Remember, we don't have to win promotion this year. The board are just looking for mid-table, I think. The media prediction was about 16th. So we're still massively overperforming like we did last year. But it would be nice to push on and at least have a go at the playoffs again. Dixon, it makes its way out to Davidson. That's a weird cross and their goalkeeper didn't deal with it at all. But it's been cleared by fluke more than anything else. And we need to make some changes to try and get something out of this game. Joey Smith isn't playing well and he's on a yellow card. We'll bring Fedry on for him just because we can't bring King on and play just all attacking players in the front six. Connolly's having an awful game. We can't just bring a left back on though, can we? We'll bring Hackett on. I might regret that because Connolly's on a yellow card as well. We could have brought Josh Grant on there, but you can't just change your defensive midfielder on your left back and hope that's going to get you back into a game when you're 1-0 down. You've got to at least try with a striker, surely. And again, how do you not bring Rowdy King on? So he's got to come on for somebody. I think he comes on for Hartley. We'll play him like that and do that. I don't know. Perhaps we should have gone to a 4-2-3-1. 3 attacking midfielders behind Dixon. We've talked about that in the comments a few times. That would have been an option in this game, and that's just poor. Over the top again. Defence caught flat again, like we were talking about. It's come down that left-hand side. So there's no players. No wonder we couldn't defend. Oh, okay. We'll stop that. This is poor. This is the worst we've played since you lot were last watching. It's the curse of the camera is back. We've not had it for a few seasons, but welcome back. The curse of the camera. Well, no, not welcome back. The curse of the camera's back. Let's get rid of it again. How did we get rid of it last time? There's some kind of ritual we're supposed to go through and the curse of the camera disappears. But as it is, that was rubbish. And now we go into a match against Ronaldo not having won either of the last 2 games, which is a completely different situation than I was hoping we were going to be in when I pressed record. Well, you lot have been shouting for it for several days now. I guess it was about time to give it a try. I can't believe I'm doing this against Ronaldo. This could end very badly for me. But we're going to try the narrow 4-2-3-1. So Rowdy King comes into the team at the expense of Ingram. Hartley pushes forward. We've got Hartley as a shadow striker. Francisco stays as a trequartista in the middle, and King is going to be an attacking playmaker on a support duty. Smith stays as box-to-box midfielder. Mantum is still a playmaker, but now deep-lying rather than roaming, and he's on a defend instruction. Other than that, everyone else has stayed unchanged. We've brought Bajrami in to play at the expense of Pask, because Pask is a slow old man. Bajrami is a slightly quicker old man. We need some youth at our centre-back. That's part of the problem. Our centre-backs are just old men. I don't like it. Right, we are the favourites because Sheffield Wednesday are having a really poor season. So I guess they're the team we should be experimenting against. But it's Ronaldo, and I can't afford a red face against my nemesis. Right, Mantum takes the corner. It comes back to Mantum, crosses in again, and it's twice fails to beat the first man. That's just poor ball kick in there from Mantum, and Wednesday are in, and Thompson makes a save, and goodness me, do not lose against Sheffield Wednesday. Oh, that's just too close for comfort. I want to see spectacular football from these midfield three, so our left back crosses to our right back and we go 1-0 up. I mean, it's nice to be 1-0 up. I don't think we can credit any of the tactical changes. That's a nice free kick out from King. Connolly crosses in. I have no idea why Davidson is playing as a poacher for that set piece, but I'm not going to object. It's a lovely little finish. We've gone 1-0 up. King with another free kick forces a save out of the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper. I mean, I will say the fact that Rowdy King is in the team means he's on free kicks, which means he's threatening. So there you go. That's a positive for the tactic. Other than that, we're not really holding on to possession very well. More than half our shots have been long shots. We're not playing great. We'd been playing better recently with the 4-3-1-2, but you lot weren't watching that. And the one game you lot did see, we were awful. And that's a sloppy goal to concede. They were all over us there. I don't know if that's because we've got a midfielder missing and they just were able to come at us like a swarm. I mean, look at them. They've got two men over at the far post. That's not a situation that should ever be allowed to happen. Bajrami's waving his arms around. Where was John Connolly while that was going on? They've got a corner now and it's 2-1, and this tactic's not working, everybody. Grrr. Why do I fiddle with tactics? We've been on that long run of good form with the tactic that's been tried and tested for 12 seasons. We lose one game because we've always been a bit inconsistent. We lose one game and I throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm just desperate to find a system where I can play all three of these attacking midfielders, and I don't think one exists. I think I'm just going to accept the fact that it's my own stupid transfer policy of signing everything shiny that I see. Oh, he looks like a good player. Let's not worry about where he fits into the squad. Let's just sign him. That's why I've signed wingers this summer. Why did I sign wingers? What's happening here? This has all gone wrong. We're going to lose a match against Cristiano Ronaldo. We're tumbling down the league. We started this video in the playoff spots. We're going to end it just about still in the top half of the table. We have an awful lot to do to sort out this nonsense of a season. Is this 3 or 4 games without a win now? Oh, this is a tumultuous season. And they're coming at us again. Right, this has got to stop. We cannot be doing this. It's too late. It is just too late to do it. We'll just leave it as that for now. Just change the shape of the players. But 4-1 down just after half time. Well, that should settle the debate about whether that tactic's going to work. Because it doesn't. This is horrible. This feels as bad as the playoffs did last season. Right, Davidson intercepts. Doesn't find anyone though, because we're just lumping it forward now. They're in again. They're going to score again. It's 5-1. I can't put this video out. I cannot show my face in the world where that... Oh, for goodness sake, this is awful. You win this round, Cristiano, but... still better looking than you. Still got a better beard. You don't even wear glasses. I mean, what's that? Dixon's got one back. Oh, are we on for another 6-6, boys and girls? That would be nice. Or maybe a 6-5 in our favour. Dixon's got so much space there. It's a very calm finish. We've got half an hour to try and get 3 goals back. It's obviously not going to happen because we've still only got 1 striker on the pitch. Although, to be fair, apparently Lee Hartley can play up front a bit. So this might be the way to play all 3 of them together. Come on, lads. Let's have another goal now. Another goal, please. Let's have another goal. It's not happening, is it? Right, substitutions. Look how poorly they've been playing. Bajrami, he was supposed to be our saviour today. Trash. Rowdy King, I mean, he's coming off. That's just pathetic. 6.1. What's the point? What's he for? Francisco, rubbish. Hackett's going to come on for you. And we're going to swap you 2 over. And Hartley's going to play as... Oh, he likes to be a shadow striker. Let's play him as a shadow striker. There you go. So that's two of the attacking midfielders now ripped off the pitch because they just had terrible games. The 3 of them can't play together. We've got room in the team for one of them, which means one of them will be first reserve and one of them will just get grumpy and leave. And I know I'm the manager and I can decide who plays and who doesn't. I can't get away from the fact that Francisco and King are the 2 better players. This inability to find a way to get them all to work together probably spells the beginning of the end for Lee Hartley, which is a shame. We're going to continue to train him as a central midfielder. That's still there as an option. But we've got a lot of very good central midfielders. So it seems silly to force him back there just as a way to try and have a romantic end to a fairy tale story, especially if we don't get promoted this season. We've just lost 6-2 against my nemesis. We're only 3 points off the playoffs still, but we're not looking like a promotion-capable team. And we can't keep carrying a player just for a fun story. It would have been fun. We might be able to convince him to stick around in the reserves and give him a game in the Premier League as and when we get there. But we're not going to get there if we keep messing around with trying to force him into the team. There you go. That's the reality we need to face. Kev's got his serious face on now. And this nonsense that's happening here, this will never happen again. We are never going to be humiliated in it. This is going to be the game that turns our season around because we are all business from this point on and we are going to sort this out and we're going to get promoted. We're going to get automatic promotion this season. How far away are we from it? No, to be honest, we could still win the league, he says, after 2 terrible defeats in a row. Ugh. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And thank you very much for watching.